Okay, Judge. So I said I wanted to start have you do reactions to your own Judge Joe Brown show, because people for years have been posting episodes and clips of your show. And I just thought it'd be funny to go down memory lane. So apparently this kind of went viral years ago. And when you had the show, the guy, he got very nasty and disrespectful towards you.
It
So,
had 84 million views, I think.
all right, so let me start playing it.
It's the party.
Well, where'd you go there for? Gamble?
That's none of your business.
Oh, yes, it is. That'll be a $50, $100 assessment for impertinence. Now, you want to get cute with me? You want to tell me the truth?
you being real cute.
That's another $100 assessment.
Come on, man.
I suggest you stop before I bust you badly, son. Don't disappoint your mother.
Talking to.
Oh, you want to be like that? Bring the witness in.
Yeah, bring a witness.
Now, swear the witness in, please, Madam Sonia, if you would.
Yes, Your Honor. Okay, stay quiet. Please raise
I
your right
wouldn't
hand.
get cute.
Do you promise to tell the truth in all matters before this court?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Young man, please state your full name for the record.
William Winston.
Are you acquainted with the two individuals to your left?
Yes, sir.
Are you acquainted with the young man on the far left?
Yes, sir.
Where do you know him from?
Linwood.
All right, now, are you familiar with the subject matter of this proceeding?
Yes, sir.
Now, do you have anything to add to this?
I was in the car with him.
Who's him?
Brandon. When we left the motorcycle club.
Where were you guys?
I believe it's like Redondo.
Okay, what's the name of the club?
The Red Brick.
The motorcycle club?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
When we left the motorcycle club, I got in the car with Antonio.
All right.
I left, we got in the car, we left. I asked him if he could take me home. I stopped, and then I asked Brandon if he can take me home. So Brandon was gonna take me to my house. So I got out the car with Antonio. When I jumped in the car with Brandon, he driving real fast, speeding on the wrong side of the street. When we get on Imperial, I'm telling him like slow down because ain't no airbags in the back seat. The passenger that was in the car with us, I don't believe he had on no seatbelt, so I was in the back seat, and he didn't want to stop. He didn't want to stop speeding. So when we get to Imperial and Broadway, Antonio he made a right on onto Broadway, and then got in the turning lane to make that left and go back up Imperial. But Brandon, it was a red light. It was a red light on Broadway and Imperial. So Brandon, he swung lanes and got in the turning lane and ran the red light. And that's when he struck Antonio's car.
Totally.
All right, now after the accident, did you notice what this young man and the other person were doing, or you were doing?
Yeah, the car stopped in the middle of Imperial and Broadway. We got out the car, looked at the car was totaled, the rental was totaled. Brandon told the passenger to look in the car for the liquor that was in the car or whatever. He called his mom. He told his cousin that he was gonna call his mom and tell his mom that the rental got stolen. But then we was thinking like, why you gonna tell your mama that your rental got stolen and your fingerprints was the last ones on the car? So one of his friends pulled up. He jumped in the car with his friend, told his mama the little situation, and I guess that's how they made the police report about the stolen car. But the whole time the car wasn't stolen.
We'll be back with more Judge Joe Brown.
Seem to have a considerable history with rental vehicles that you've wrecked.
Excuse me, sir. May I speak?
Oh, you might clear it up?
Sir, what doesn't make sense to me is this. If there was an accident that occurred, why weren't the police notified?
They were.
When?
I have the report right here. That's the report you made.
No, not at all. My report was made the night we were questioning. The night in question. You don't want to hear what I'm talking about.
Yeah, well, how is it that you were at the same club they were at, the vehicle your mother rented got ripped off from that club, and it just happened to strike them?
I have no clue.
Because you're lying.
I'm not lying about anything.
Son,
I have all
you're
my
lying.
evidence. I have all my
you're
evidence.
lying.
You don't want to listen to it.
You're lying. You think the no-try you out
You're not
by
gonna
trying
sit
to
here
put this
and
on.
not
Be
allow me
quiet.
to say my
Okay,
case. You're
watch
not
your
gonna do that.
language.
How
Now
about
you
that?
keep it
Let
up.
me get my point
You
across.
keep it up.
You're
You
not about
don't
to do
have
me
a
like
point
that.
because the
You're
deeper
not
you
gonna do me
get
like
into
that,
it,
homie.
the more you get
That's
deep
it.
into
That's
a
not allowed
perjury
here.
It's not
charge.
fair.
You won't be walking too far
Let's be fair.
without a warrant for your arrest. There's also an ongoing investigation for a felony hit and run, and we've got enough to bust you right here.
That's not right, though. Just be fair. That's all I'm
It's
asking.
not your line.
That's all
Be
I'm
a
asking.
man.
I am a man.
Oh, you're not. You got your hands in your pockets.
Yeah, with my
body
thumbs out,
language.
which
You know
means
what
I'm
that
open to
means? You know what that
conversation. I
means?
know what my
Excuse
body
me.
language is saying.
I will enlighten you and banish some of your ignorance. Now, your
Of course
mother
I'm being
deals with
uncomfortable.
probationers, parolees, and she's listening to you, and she's not even looking at you because she's
she has
listening
no
to
need
your
to.
tone.
She can sit down. You
And
can
by
talk
the
to
way,
me.
been having problems before. Your mother is disappointed with you. You're 24.
My mother's
How old are you?
disappointed with me.
24 years old. You ought to
What
be
is that?
doing something. Sitting up in here trifling and carrying on like you lost your mind
Trifling.
instead of being a
Just
man.
Watch your mouth, man. How's it? He
My
can
mouth?
call me out of my name, but I can't speak to him how I want. What type of
Because I'll
mess is that?
jack you up
What's
one
happening?
way or the other.
What happened?
Look,
However you
fool.
want
Look,
it.
don't even go there. Look,
Talking about?
look,
You personally
your
can't do
mother's
that.
position is a sworn
Can't do
official. I'm thinking of sending this
Can't do
case to the
nothing.
DA
I didn't do
with a
nothing.
letter.
What you want to do? I'm leaving.
No, you ain't. Oh, whoa, another 100. I tell you what, I'm sending it.
Send it. You got all my information, and you right here. Y'all know
Excuse
what it
me.
is.
Under arrest, terroristic threats in an official position.
Well, I didn't
Put him
terrorist
under
threats.
arrest. Guys, go get him.
That sounded like a threat to me.
Go get him.
I said you two. That's what I said. I'm not threatening nobody.
He's trying to brazen it out. Ma'am, I apologize to you. I was trying to help him out by giving him a last chance to confine himself to the truth. He misstated material facts that go to the ultimate issue in controversy. Now he needs to clean himself up.
This went on for a lot longer than the 7 minutes you got to see on the episode, which typical for TV for a half-hour episode, you get 14 minutes of content and 16 minutes of commercial, or you get 28 minutes on the hour of content and 32 minutes of commercial. So there was a lot more to this, and they cut out a lot because, as you see it here, it bounces around a bit. But he was a fool, and I was very familiar with the area since I grew up in Los Angeles. I know exactly what he was doing, and what he was talking about in terms of the whole picture was he went out and he's an irresponsible fool. He can't drive. He doesn't need to be behind a wheel because he lacks poor judgment. He lacks good judgment. And he got in a situation where he had multiple accidents over various and sundry occasions with rental vehicles, and he left the scene of another accident which was involved in this particular situation here, and he was lying, and everybody else got in trouble because of his trifling self. So these people were suing him, and he was trying to leave somebody else holding the bag. And it was just unmanly, and he'd been trying to brazen it out, and he thought that was a man thing to do. So we wound up sending the information to the DA's office, and they had a pending investigation going. And all they needed was the name to fill in on the warrant for the arrest, which wound up getting done on him for leaving the scene of an accident.
So he was very nasty and disrespectful, and so there were some headlines on social media that said, "Oh, Judge Joe Brown got cussed out."
I didn't get cussed out. You should have seen what actually happened. What wound up happening, I said, I tell you what, you know, that little exchange about you want to go do that, be careful what you're talking about. I said, all right, I just said, everybody stand back. Come on up here. You want some of this? You can get it.
Right.
Come on. And see, the interesting thing is, yeah, Miss Sonia had been a sheriff's deputy and was an actual bailiff in the court system in Los Angeles County. And she'd been there for 25 some years. Beautiful woman. She liked to do flamenco dancing for a sport or a hobby. She could have handled it, but the cameraman, of which there were 5 in there, interestingly enough, they did full contact karate as a sport. So they were in that cage fighting. So they were sitting there, and I'm trying to chill them out about it. Come on, don't jump the gun. Let him get off before you jump him. And I'd been taking martial arts, let's say, since I was about 8 or 9 years old. So, my skills not inconsiderable, and standing over in the corner was one of my assistant executive producers, who Black Belt Magazine was calling, quote, probably the most dangerous human alive in North America, unquote. And this fool wants to go in here and go for bad, and they cut out some of what got said, which really made things interesting. So it's like, dude, you're way over your head.
Right. He was ready to fight you.
No, he wasn't. He's selling wolf tickets. I used to make a practice of, excuse me, hold him out there, and I'd come off. Where you going? Out there? Say, now I'm here. You want some of this? Turn the cameras off. Ain't no camera up in there. Let's go for it. Shouldn't say that, but it's been years. Statute of limitations is run. Well, hell, I didn't do anything. I just gave him an opportunity to reduce his frustrations and
Right.
disappointment that, he was a failure. And his mama, by the way, was very upset with what he was doing.
So where was dad? Because she's a probation officer, but she's still his mother. She's a woman. Where is dad? Because
I don't think there was one.
I think if there was dad around, or even if dad was standing next to him, his attitude would have been much different.
Yeah, but that's not what happened. There was some interesting stuff on here. I got taken as a guest to the Indianapolis Speedway and given a full tour. That's a huge place. And the reason is because I had 2 fools on my show who wound up exposing what became a fraud ring. And when I got there, they had me present while they pulled the cover off of a blackboard, with 35, 40 people that got indicted. Another thing, I had a fool in there that was suing somebody because they got a brand new Chevrolet for $2,300 and was sued by somebody that was her friend girl who got a brand new Impala, also a Chevrolet, for $2,700. The person that sold it to them was working with a chop shop, and he was moonlighting, and he shouldn't have done it, and he wound up dead 3 weeks after the show aired, and they wound up indicting a bunch of people on a chop shop ring and interstate stolen vehicles. We had another fool in there, and somebody sued him about damaging their property, and it wound up that one of the famous California forest fires was a result of what this character was doing. They were trying to get people's properties and get them for cheap and then develop them. So they got busted for causing some of these massive California wildfires. All kinds of stuff like this happens. So it's real. And the California Supreme Court had ruled that it was enforceable in California because it was a contract arbitration thing. And in 2007, the United States Supreme Court said this was enforceable all through the country because it was part of the U.S. Arbitration Act of 1928, binding contractual arbitration. So whatever I did could be enforced anywhere in the country. And I didn't claim to be a court. I claimed to be an arbitrator, which is what the California Supreme Court declared that I was doing way back 25 years ago. So, it was real. And they also held in this written opinion I had contempt power.
Okay. All right. Good to go down memory lane. Retro Judge Joe Brown show.